Hold up, stop scrolling. I'm about to say something that's gonna hit you like a truck, and you need to be ready for it. Before you keep moving, I need you to understand something real, something that most men go their entire lives without figuring out. When a woman comes to you with her problems, when she picks up that phone, walks into that room and starts talking to you about what she's going through, she is not asking you to fix a single thing. She is choosing you. Out of every single human being in her world, her girls, her co-workers, her sister, her mom, she looked at all of them and she chose you. And what most men do in that moment, they blow it. Not on purpose, not because they're bad dudes, but because nobody ever sat them down and told them what that moment actually means. That's what this video is. That's why you're here. And I promise you, if you watch this all the way through, you are going to walk away seeing women and yourself completely different. Let's get into it. If you're a man who's serious about leveling up and actually understanding how women think on a deep level, subscribe to this channel right now. Tap that bell. This is where we have the conversations most men are too proud, too stubborn, or too scared to have. We're just getting started. Stay locked in. She had a rough day, like a really rough day. Maybe it was her boss. Maybe it was something going on with her family. Maybe it's just one of those days where everything felt heavy and she can't even fully explain why. She carried that weight all day alone, processed it, probably cried in the bathroom for a few minutes, pulled herself back together, put the mask back on. And then when the day is finally over and she's got a quiet moment, she picks up her phone, scrolls to your name, and she calls you. Bro, do you understand what that is? That's not just a phone call. That is trust walking toward you with its arms wide open. She's not calling you because she's stuck. She already worked through it in her head. She's not calling you because she needs a solution. She's calling you because out of everyone, you are the person she wants to share that moment with. That is not small. That is everything. And the very next thing you do, the very first response that comes out of your mouth, that determines whether she ever opens up to you like that again. One response. That's the whole game right there. So what do most men do? She starts talking. She's going through what happened, voice a little shaky, emotions right there on the surface, and his brain, already in fix-it mode. He's not even listening anymore. He's building the solution. He's already 3 steps ahead, figuring out what she should have done, what she should do next, how to make the problem go away. And then he opens his mouth and lays out the whole plan. And he thinks he helped. He thinks he showed up. He's sitting there like, yeah, I handled that. She's good now. But what she actually felt in that moment, dismissed. Like her feelings were just a problem to manage, like he wasn't even there with her, like she could have talked to a wall and gotten the same energy. She probably won't say that out loud. She'll probably nod and go, yeah, you're right, and the conversation ends. And he thinks, cool, we're good. But inside her, something just shifted. A note got made, not even on purpose, it's survival instinct. He doesn't get it. Next time, I'll just keep it to myself. And that quiet moment right there, that is where the distance starts. Not a blow-up, not a big dramatic fight, just one moment where she felt unheard and decided the risk wasn't worth it anymore. That's the fix-it trap, and it has destroyed more real, solid relationships than cheating ever has. So what does she actually want? I'm gonna give it to you straight. And it's so simple, you're gonna hear it and think, that can't be all. But it is. She wants your presence. That's it. That's the whole answer. Not your advice, not your solutions, not your 5-step plan. She wants to feel you there, fully there, eyes on her, mind quiet, heart open, not half listening while you scroll through your phone mentally, not nodding while you think about something else, there. She wants to feel like what she's going through matters to you, not because it makes logical sense, not because you can do something about it, but because she matters to you. That's it. That's the move. And listen, if what I'm saying right now is hitting you different, if something in your chest just went damn, subscribe to this channel, drop a comment right now. Tell me, have you ever lost a woman because of this exact thing? Because she just went quiet on you and you didn't know why? I read every single comment. Let's talk about it. Hit subscribe because we're only halfway through and it gets even more real from here. Now here's the part that's gonna mess with your mind a little. She's always watching you, not in a paranoid, manipulative way. In a smart way, a self-protection way, because she's been hurt before, and her brain, her heart, learned from it. So before she ever brings you the deep stuff, the real fears, the things she's never said out loud to anyone, she brings you something small first. She tests the water. She shares something minor, something frustrating but not devastating, and she watches. Does he interrupt me? Does he jump straight to solutions? Does he make me feel like I'm being dramatic? Does he get uncomfortable when I'm emotional? Or does he stay? Does he lean in? Does he actually listen? You're being evaluated every single time, man, and you don't even know the test is happening. The men who pass, the ones who stay calm, stay present, stay grounded, they get rewarded with something most men never even see. They get access to the real her. Not the put-together version, not the strong, polished version she shows the world. The real her. The one who's scared sometimes, the one who's tired, the one with big dreams and real doubts and a heart that's been through things. That version of her, that's the most beautiful thing you will ever encounter in your life. And she only shows up when she decides based on evidence, based on how you handled the small moments that you can be trusted with it. The men who fail the test, they don't get a warning. She doesn't sit them down and explain what happened. She just closes, slowly, silently, permanently. And 6 months later, that man is sitting there like, I thought we were solid. What happened? Bro, you failed the test, repeatedly. And she held on longer than she should have, hoping you'd figure it out. I want to talk about a specific silence, because it's dangerous and most men completely miss it. It's not the silence of a woman who has nothing to say. It's the silence of a woman who has everything to say, but has decided you're not the one she's saying it to anymore. On the surface, everything looks normal. She's still there, still responding, still showing up, still going through the motions. But the real conversation stopped. The late night I need to tell you something moments stopped. The vulnerability gone, and she's grieving, right in front of you. Grieving the relationship she thought she was going to have with you. The one where she could be fully herself. The one where she felt chosen, not just tolerated. And here's what she will never do. She will not explain it to you. She will not hand you a roadmap back in. She will not beg you to step up. Because a woman with self-respect does not keep offering her truth to someone who keeps mishandling it. She will redirect her energy toward people who get it, toward spaces where she actually feels safe. And the day you finally notice the distance, she made that decision months ago. She just gave you time to catch up. That is how good women leave. Not with a storm, with a silence you didn't take seriously until it was permanent. All right, enough of what not to do. Let me give you the exact moves. Because this is not about going soft. This is about becoming the kind of man who is strong enough, secure enough to hold space. And that is one of the most powerful things a man can be. Move 1. Shut up and let her finish. I don't care how fast you figured out the solution. I don't care if you knew what she should do in the first 30 seconds. Let her finish. Every single word. Don't rush her. Don't complete her sentences. Don't drift. Be there for all of it. Move 2. Acknowledge before you advise. When she's done, before your mouth does anything, acknowledge what she felt, not what happened, what she felt. Don't say, here's what you should do. Say, that sounds really heavy. I hear you. I get why you're feeling that way. Bro, watch what happens to her body when she hears that. Watch her exhale. Watch her shoulders drop. Watch her actually relax in front of you. That's not weakness. That is mastery. Move 3. Ask before you advise. After you acknowledge her, ask, do you want me to help you think through it, or do you just need me to listen right now? That one question will change your relationship, because you're showing her you understand the difference, that you're not just going to assume that you respect her enough to ask what she actually needs. Most men never ask that question their entire lives. Move 4. Stay present all the way through. No phone. No half nodding. No mentally checking out. Be there fully until the conversation naturally ends. That is presence, and presence is what she has been searching for. Let me tell you about the kind of man a woman never leaves. He's not always the richest guy in the room, not always the best looking, not always the most successful. The man a woman never leaves is the man who made her feel safe. Safe to be messy, safe to be uncertain, safe to fall apart and know she won't be judged for it. Safe to say the thing out loud instead of carrying it alone at 2 a.m. He's not her savior, he's her constant, and that constancy, that emotional reliability, is worth more to a real woman than anything else you could ever put on the table. She doesn't need a man who has all the answers. She needs a man who stays in the question with her. She doesn't need perfection, she needs presence, and the man who lives that, he becomes irreplaceable. Not because she's dependent on him, because she has never felt that safe with anyone else. And she is smart enough to know exactly how rare that is. That is the man worth being. If you made it to the end of this video, real talk, you didn't stumble here by accident. Something brought you here, Maybe it's a woman you lost. Maybe it's a relationship that's going cold right now, and you don't know why. Maybe it's a moment you're still replaying in your head. Whatever it is, now you have the language for it. And language is where change begins. So here's what I need from you right now. Subscribe to this channel. Right now. Don't wait. This is where we build the kind of men that real women never stop choosing. Share this video with a man who needs to hear it. Your boy, your brother, your homie who keeps losing solid women and can't figure out why. Send it to him. It might be the thing that changes everything for him. And drop a comment below. Tell me honestly, after watching this, what's the one thing you're going to do differently starting today? I read every comment and I will respond. You're not here by accident. You're here because you're the kind of man who actually wants to be better. And that right there, that desire, that's the first step. Stay locked in. Stay present. Stay chosen. I'll see you in the next one. Fia Poil. Fia Poith and Nefiopo. Next to Fia Poith and Nefiopo.